Welcome to the Global Challenge Kickoff meeting. We're starting an exciting 8-week journey together. This meeting serves as your starting line, providing the insights and tools needed for success. Think of this kickoff meeting as your essential warm-up. Just as you wouldn't dive into an intense workout without stretching, this meeting prepares you for a successful journey. By the end of our time together today, you'll have clarity on the path ahead and confidence in the support we'll provide every step of the way. Our goals are straightforward. Understand the purpose of the challenge, explore our proven process for achieving lasting results, and determine your eligibility to fully engage with the program. Remember, it's not just about finishing this meeting, it's about leaving with a clear vision and 100% confidence in what is next. This is your opportunity to ask questions and get excited about the journey we're embarking on together. Let's dive into each of these elements, starting with meeting the team. All right, before I begin, I'd like to introduce you to our fantastic team. Here we have Coach Jeremy. He is our owner. He works another job, so we're just happy to see him whenever we can. I am Coach Natalie. I am the client coordinator. I'm the person that you will talk to if you have any and all questions. This is Coach Gio. He's our head coach. That is who you will let know if you have any injuries or anything that we should be aware of before a workout. We also have Coach Judy and Coach Isabel on our team, who are some amazing coaches. Isabel mostly works mornings and Judy mostly works evenings. So depending on when you will be able to come is when you'll be able to see them. Let's dive into the purpose of the challenge and why we do challenges. Let's dive into America's challenge crisis through impactful numbers that call for action. The average American consumes about 3,840 calories a day, with 60% of this from processed foods, which raises concerns about our diet. Chronic stress affects 50% of people, leading to physical and mental health issues, while only 28% engage in adequate physical activity. Many spend over 7 hours a day on screens, instead of nurturing their well-being. Hydration and sleep are also major issues, with 75% of people dehydrated and 1 in 3 lacking sufficient sleep. These statistics emphasize the urgent need for change and support in making healthier choices for a better future. These result in some scarier statistics. First, nearly half of American adults, 43%, are classified as obese, and this trend is affecting our children too, with 19.7% of kids facing obesity. This is deeply concerning and is closely linked to poor dietary habits and lack of physical activity. Next, let's talk about insulin resistance. An alarming 67.4% of adults aged 40 to 60 are insulin resistant. This isn't just a number, it's a major driver of metabolic diseases, including type 2 diabetes and fatty liver disease. Additionally, we find that 64.8% of Americans are on prescription drugs. This reliance on medication highlights the widespread nature of chronic health issues and a dependency on pharmaceutical solutions rather than preventative health measures. And lastly, mental health is another area of concern, with 23.1% of the population diagnosed with mental health disorders such as depression and anxiety. This statistic indicates a significant portion of our society is in need of mental health support. These numbers are more than statistics. They represent real lives and underline the urgent need for holistic health interventions. Our global challenge is designed to combat insulin resistance, built to get you metabolically healthy, and engineered to help you lose the weight for the last time. One of the most powerful things about challenges is they can shift our identity quickly. Lasting change is identity change, something we focus heavily on with our challenges. Tony Robbins says, "Your identity is the greatest force in the universe and drives who you become." Ed Mylett, one of the biggest names in personal development, says the 2 ways to shift your identity quickly are to do hard things in a short period of time and to change your associations, which you will be doing over the next 8 weeks. Over these 8 weeks, we'll be talking a lot about shifting your identity so that we can make this transformation last. Most people sign up for our program because they want to lose weight, but what you're really after is fat loss. Our goal with the challenge is to help you lose body fat and maintain lean muscle mass. To drive this point home, how much weight do you think Dina lost in a 6-week challenge at Fit Body Bootcamp? I'll give you a second to make some guesses. Dina only shed 6 pounds during the challenge. Surprising, isn't it? Let me share the real story behind her journey. Each week, she felt frustrated with the scale and contemplated quitting every single week. It wasn't until she reviewed her halfway progress photos that she recognized the significant changes she was making. Though the scale didn't reflect it, her body was undergoing a remarkable transformation. In fact, some of the most amazing transformations aren't necessarily tied to the greatest weight loss. They have been tied to losing body fat and maintaining or building lean muscle mass. Throughout your journey with us, you will shed fat while either maintaining or increasing your muscle mass. Fat occupies significantly more space on your body. For instance, if you were to lose 10 pounds of fat and gain 10 pounds of muscle, your scale weight would remain unchanged, yet your appearance and how you feel would be remarkably different. We want you to focus on not being obsessed with the scale and focusing on fat loss. There are 3 things that can tend to put us in the wrong mental state during the challenge. 1, when we only focus on weight loss and not our overall transformation. 2, unrealistic expectations. Great fat loss results tend to be 1 to 2 pounds a week for most. If you expect to lose 100 pounds in the next 8 weeks, you're going to be very frustrated. The gap between what you expect and what you get is where frustration sets in. No one gained all their weight in 8 weeks, and no one is going to take it all off in 8 weeks either. Lastly, the more you compare yourself to others, the less joy you'll feel in your own journey. We all lose weight at different rates and in different places. At our locations, we celebrate success. This is all to say, this is why we like to track our progress in multiple ways. We will have you take your progress photos, which at the minimum you're going to want to take before, halfway, and after pictures. You'll be able to upload these in your FitBody Nutrition app. You'll also be taking your measurements, inches lost. Complete an in-body scan to see how your body fat and muscle is changing, and we highly recommend tracking how much better your clothes are fitting throughout the process. Let's face it, traditional dieting methods don't work. If they did, the statistics would look a lot different. The truth is, 90% of dieters regain the weight they lost and more within 3 years. Most challenges fail you because the last day is the last day. At FitBody Bootcamp, the challenge is just the beginning. It's the first step to a permanent change. Most challenge and program diets are too restrictive, focus on quick fixes and not real habits, instill an all or nothing mindset, provide little to no accountability and support, and only focus on the scale. With our challenge, we have it built with the end in mind, a permanent change. This is why our challenge focuses on shifting your identity, resetting your system to set up for long-term results, helping you build momentum, knowing the challenge is just the beginning and not the end, transition you after the challenge to our mastery program so you can make your transformation permanent, and includes advanced accountability and support. Our team will be with you every step of the way. Before we go over what we'll be doing the next 3 weeks of the challenge, let's cover challenge eligibility rules, as we have some massive prizes that you can win for your transformation. But I do want to add a disclaimer. If you're only doing this challenge for the prizes, then you are not in the right mental health space. Your reasons for wanting to change have to go well beyond just trying to win some prizes if you want your transformation to last. We will have up to $100,000 in total prizes. 50% of the registration fee goes to the prize pool, up to that $100,000. The more people that join, the bigger the prize pool will be. What I love is that there are multiple chances to win, and it's based on your overall transformation, not just how much weight you lose. First through third place will be determined by an overall transformation. So that's going to be the percentage of body weight loss, the visual transformation, and an internal transformation. We will also have 2 winners that are chosen by franchisee owners. 2 of the participating location owners will vote for 2 other winners. To be eligible for these prizes, you must complete your online weekly check-in on the FitBody Nutrition app every Sunday. You also must submit your final progress reports, which include submitting before and after photos and questions on challenge experience and results. First place winner will get 30% of the prize pool, so up to $30,000. Second place gets 20%, so up to $20,000. Third place will get 15% of the prize pool, so up to $15,000. missed a part. For each of the franchise partner selections, the winner will get 10% of the prize pool, so up to $10,000 each. What really makes this challenge special is 15% of the prize pool is going to those that refer someone into the challenge. This is our way of saying thank you for spreading our mission. Every time someone signs up, they're going to be asked if they were referred. Everyone who referred will be put into a raffle, and 5 lucky winners will win up to $3,000 each, just for spreading our mission and helping their friends, family, and coworkers get healthy. Now we're going to get into understanding the program. We have a bold promise for our program. If you give us just 1 year committing to working out 4 times a week and following our nutrition plan 80% of the time, you'll never have a weight problem again. With our program, we tackle all the root causes that make fat and long-term weight maintenance so difficult. This transformation happens in 3 strategic phases, each building on the last. We start with our whole foods reset. The goal is to reset your system with whole, nutrient-dense foods. No tracking, no obsessing, just eating the way your body was designed to. This phase boosts energy, reduces inflammation, and builds momentum for what's next. After 3 weeks of clean eating, we will move to our momentum phase, where we dial in your nutrition with a structured and personalized macro approach that provides you with a food list and meal plan to your exact portion sizes, so you never have to guess what and how much to eat in order to lose weight. After the challenge, we move to our mastery phase. It's designed by our master nutritionist, who's lost over 180 pounds and has kept it off for nearly a decade. In this phase, we will teach you how to build lasting habits and how to eat sustainably for the rest of your life. During week 3, we are hosting a momentum meeting where we will be providing you your custom nutrition plan for phase 2 of the challenge. At the meeting, we will cover exactly what you need to do in order to be successful. And this is just a tentative time and date. We will be going over an exact date here in the future. So now that you know where you're going and what to expect, let's focus on what you're going to be doing for the next 3 weeks. So going over the whole foods reset. We want you to get used to eating whole foods again. 60% of American diet is processed foods. It begins to reset your metabolism and taste buds. You'll see a significant difference in bloating, water retention, and energy levels. You'll begin to help regulate your blood sugar better. You'll be eating less carbs, so you'll be able to help your body become more insulin sensitive, which is the opposite of insulin resistance, and you'll be better at burning fat. Here are the things we want to focus on during these next 3 weeks. First, we're going to eliminate certain foods for these 3 weeks, including added sugars, refined grains, legumes, dairy, alcohol, processed and packaged foods that are not Whole30 approved. Second, we want you to focus on lean protein, fruits, vegetables, and healthy fats. Third, we want you to focus on building the habit of meal plans and preparing meals. Roughly only 30% of Americans report meal prepping in order to live a healthy lifestyle. Each week, we want you to find a day to create a weekly menu and prepare your meals. Fourth, hydration is critical for overall health and optimal performance in fat loss. We want you to get a minimum of half your body weight in ounces of water each day. Your urine should be about slightly yellow or even clear. And fifth, aim to get 7 to 8 hours of sleep every night. Sleep plays a massive role in your fat loss hormones and metabolism. For the program, you will receive a recommended food list from which you can select items based on your portion control guide. Before we dive into the portion control guide, let's clarify the distinction between 2 types of vegetables included in your plan: carb-dense veggies and regular vegetables. Your portion control guide will indicate when to include carb-dense vegetables. Conversely, when it specifies regular vegetables, it's important not to choose the carb-dense options during that time. All of you should have received your food list and portion control guide. We're going to be going over the women's portion control guide. For men, it's exactly the same. You'll just need to double the portion size. So for each meal, you'll have 1 palm of protein, 1 entire thumb of fat, and then you will either choose to fill your plate with veggies or just have 1 cup handful of carb-dense foods. This means that you could have unlimited amounts of broccoli, but you would need to stick to your portion size for potatoes, even though they're both considered veggies. You can also have 2 servings of fruit throughout the day. On non-workout days, we want you eating every 3 to 4 hours. The guide references only having 3 meals a day, but it's perfectly fine to have another meal if you have a long day and you're hungry. Now you will only want to be eating real food. Now that you'll only be eating real food, you'll probably notice that you're not as hungry and that you can go longer between meals. For workout days, we want you to add in 2 mini meals. A pre-workout meal about 15 to 75 minutes before you work out, which includes half a serving of protein and of fat, and then a post-workout meal about 15 to 30 minutes after you eat. You should be having a meal-sized portion of protein and carb-dense veggies. So 1 palm of protein and 1 cupped handful of veggies. If you're working out in the morning, you might be better off just having a regular meal and forgetting about the pre-workout meal. If eating a meal in the morning doesn't work, then you're going to have your regular pre-workout meal because a smaller meal might work better for you. For example, if you've never been a breakfast person, it might be better to start off just with that half portion, and then as you get used to it, you can increase that. Your schedule, hunger levels, or activity levels may require a snack or a mini meal between meals. For each snack, include at least 2 of the 3 basic macronutrients, which are protein, fat, and carbs, just to keep you satisfied. You can make your snack as big as you need it to in order to tide you over, but make sure it's not so big that you're too full to eat your next scheduled meal. For example, if you know that you're not going to be able to eat the next meal for at least 6 hours, you might want to have a snack at that 3-hour mark. Throughout the 3 weeks, you may find yourself on the go, and this is where a lot of people get off track. And that's why we created an on-the-go nutrition guide. The key thing is to remember that anything that says Whole30 on it is approved. Don't be obsessed with having to have the perfect meal pairings. Just try to make it as clean as possible. Most of us know when we will be on the go, so try to plan accordingly when making your weekly meal plans and your grocery list. Have products in your house that you can whip something up quickly. For example, Applegate makes these chicken sausages that are Whole30 approved. You can quickly throw these in the air fryer and then have a piece of fruit, and you have a whole meal in just 5 minutes. If you do find yourself at a restaurant, do your best to pick the best version of a real food. For example, if you go to Chick-fil-A, nothing there is Whole30 approved except for the fruit. So you would want to choose the grilled nuggets over the fried nuggets. It's not Whole30 approved, but we're just trying to avoid processed foods as much as possible and eat real food. If you're following a vegan or vegetarian plan, you'll be using the Whole30 plant-based guide that we sent you. Just a few things to disregard is that you're not going to be weighing yourself at those times, and there isn't going to be a reintroduction phase because we're just doing this for 3 weeks. The guide is super thorough, so make sure you follow those serving suggestions in the guide. If you're not losing weight throughout this process, and this goes for everyone, you will want to reduce your serving sizes, but we'll be following up with you throughout the challenge, so don't worry about that too much. Now that we've covered the nutrition for the next 3 weeks, let's discuss what will be required of you over the next 8 weeks. So we are going to need you to have a weigh-in before the challenge begins and at the end before the challenge ends. You're going to need to download and set up the FitBody Nutrition app, which we'll be getting into. You're going to need to complete your pre-challenge circumference measurements, take your before pictures, complete your weekly check-in and progress report in the FitBody Nutrition app every Sunday, and complete the final progress report in order to be eligible for prizes and to support us in improving challenges in the future. All right, let's get into the nutrition app. You're going to want to download this. So go to the App Store, download FitBody Nutrition. It's this black app with the white and the yellow writing. And then go ahead and move it to your most used apps. So whether that's Instagram or texting or email. To register, you're going to use the email that you registered with. So as a caveat, if you have not done an in-body scan with us yet, the app will not work for you and it will ask you to pay like $89 or something. We do not want you to pay that. We will be paying for the app for you during the challenge, but I cannot set it up for you until you have the in-body scan done. So in order to do that, please show up to your next workout 10 minutes early at least. That will give us enough time to do the scan, and then I can put your info in and get you logged in. If you have already done an in-body scan, you will have access to the app. Just log in with the email that we have on file, and then your password will be FitBody1, capital F, capital B, and then the number 1. During the challenge, you're only going to be using the dashboard. The app is super cool and it has a lot of really great features, but we are only going to stay in the dashboard menu. Don't worry about the tracker. Each week on Sunday, you'll be doing a check-in. So we're just going to get your weight, body fat percentage, and your measurements. There will also be a form that you use each week so that we can see your progress. So let's get into your weekly check-in. Our coaches are putting a lot of time and effort into this challenge to ensure that you get the accountability and the support that you need in order to succeed. We do this through that weekly check-in. So each Sunday, we recommend waking up, getting your morning weight, taking your measurements, and then checking in on the app. In total, it'll take you about 10 or 15 minutes. Your coaches will respond to you no later than Wednesday of each week and provide you with some coaching, support, and encouragement. You'll see their responses inside of the chat feature in the app. If you see a notification in the app, it's most likely your coach trying to reach out to you. Our goal is to have 100% turn-in rate. We're competing against all of the other locations, and we want to be number 1, which isn't surprising if you know us at all. Okay, so we're going to be needing to take some measurements. In your packet that you've received in this email where you are seeing this video, there is a sheet where you write down all of your measurements each week so that you can add them up and see total inches lost everywhere on your body. So we're going to do the chest, the biggest part of your chest, one arm, your waist, which is the smallest part between your ribs and your hip, your belly button, which is a little bit different on everyone, so it might be a little bit lower than your waist measurement, your hips, which is basically just the biggest part of your butt, and then your leg. And we do have a tape measure. If you don't have a soft tape measure at home, we can help you at the gym if you need us to. Now let's talk about taking some great pictures to highlight your progress. There's nothing more frustrating than taking some bad photos that don't really show the progress that you've made. So make sure to take your pictures probably in the same spot each time. That way you have the same lighting, same distance from the camera and everything. For women, we recommend wearing just a sports bra or a tight tank top and then shorts. Some people like to take a picture in a bikini so they can really see their progress, but whatever's comfortable for you. And then for men, we recommend wearing a pair of workout shorts and no top. For the front and back pictures, you'll be in the same stance, feet are about shoulder width apart, arms are slightly away from the body, and you're just either facing directly to or directly away from the camera. And then we'll do one photo from the side with your hands on your head so that we can get all of those angles. All right, so we are almost done. We just have a couple more things to cover. So over the 8 weeks, you're going to be booking a lot of sessions with us. To do that, you're going to need to get the Fit Body Booking app. So there's a QR code here you can scan, or it's the black app with the blue and the white writing. It says Fit Body Booking in the App Store. So make sure you get that downloaded. Once you have the app downloaded, you are going to need to register your account. I will be sending you a code when it's time. You'll go to the register button, type that code in. It will have you make up your password, and then you just use the email we have on hand and that password in order to log in. Once you're logged in, the app is really user-friendly. The big blue button, you click on that, it will take you to all of our session times. You can scroll at the top for any day and then scroll down for the different times that we offer. You can schedule up to a week in advance for your sessions, and it's really easy to cancel if you need to. This just helps us know how many people to expect, who to expect, especially if somebody has an injury or something. And some of our morning sessions do get very busy, so we want to make sure that we have enough space for you and that we are adequately prepared. We would also appreciate if you put your picture in there. It makes it easier for you when you're checking in to find your picture quickly, and it helps all the coaches get to know you well, especially if somebody's covering a shift and they haven't met you before. We will also need you to add a payment method to the app. So the website that you use during registration is different than what we have on hand. So that registration fee goes straight to headquarters so that they can have the prizes, but the weekly payments are coming to our boot camp directly. So once you get inside the app, I'll just need you to click the 3 lines at the top left corner, go to payment methods, and then add a credit card. Your app won't work if I don't have a card on file and be able to get you into the app so I can put your membership on there. So please make sure you do this. Super important. If you have questions, just let me know. And then just to go over some of our house rules. At Fit Body Bootcamp, we don't take ourselves too seriously, but we do take your training and keeping you safe very seriously. So we do require you to have clean and dry shoes on the mats. Most people bring a separate pair of workout shoes with them, but we do have an area where you can clean your shoes off if you don't have extra. During the warm-up, it's super critical for you to pay attention. This will help you get the most out of each of the exercises and make sure that you're doing it safely. So we kindly ask that you do not talk during this time. Next, please be on time so that you're able to warm up and see the demo for the day. If you go straight into the workout without warming up, you're more likely to get hurt and you're going to be confused and lost, and it's just going to make it a harder experience for everyone. We highly encourage you to reserve your session ahead of time so that we know how many people to expect, and it allows us to know if you missed your session so that we can follow up with you and make sure everything's okay. And as a bonus, it also makes you 91% more likely to attend if your session's booked ahead of time. Be positive. The world is negative. When you enter our doors, we want you to have the most positive environment in the world. Kids are welcome. We have a little kid area in the corner with a big bean bag. A lot of kids like to stay there. They can do some homework or watch something on their tablet, but they need to not be on the mat during the workout, as it can be a distraction for the other boot campers and they have the risk of getting hurt. Please make sure you come to the sessions hydrated. Like we say during the whole challenge, we want you drinking half your body weight in water. You're going to definitely need it before and after the workout. And lastly, please don't be afraid to ask for help. Most people have similar questions. It usually is because we didn't explain something well. Never feel dumb asking for questions. We want you to have the best experience. At Fit Body Bootcamp, our mission is to inspire fitness and change lives every day, and are not just trying to sell you a membership. As we've mentioned several times during our presentation, the challenge is just the beginning, not the end. In order to achieve long-term results, you're going to want to stay on with us after the challenge is over. During your time with us, you'll get to know us, experience our workouts, and see how awesome our community is. You will be able to know if we are the right fit for you. If you're like 70% of people who complete a trial with us, you're going to want to stay on with us. So here's what we're going to do. We have our membership agreement attached to this email. So please go ahead and fill that out. It will have you auto enroll if you'd like to continue with us so that you won't have any disruption in your workouts. But before you panic, you're not locked into anything by signing the agreement. Just like Netflix or Hulu or any other service that you try before you buy, if at any point during the 8 weeks with us, you decide that this is not for you, you can't stay on for whatever reason, just let us know and we will not make you continue. We'll make sure that the membership is over as soon as the 8 weeks is over. We'll rip up your membership agreement and we'll part as friends. So it's completely risk-free. So I just want to highlight a couple things that you'll notice in the membership agreement. So our boot camp is just $39.99 per week. And the best part is that by signing up tonight, or whenever it is that you're watching this video, we will waive our $200 enrollment fee. You have the ability to cancel anytime with no cancellation fees. Unlike other gyms, we don't lock you into contracts with hidden fees. You can cancel anytime with zero hassle. We do just ask that you let us know and fill out our form. We have a 30-day cancellation policy. So just give us that 30 days notice and then you're good to go when it's over. You also have the option to hold your membership. We allow you to go into a temporary hold for any medical reason that doesn't allow you to work out with us, like illness, surgery, a medical condition, at no charge. And we do have an annual upgrade fee. We prioritize keeping our space equipped with top-notch gear, so that's why we charge a $50 maintenance and equipment fee once a year. It's not until April, so it won't affect you while you're on this challenge, and it's not going to begin until your membership begins. So now that we have really gone through the whole thing, we just want to leave you with a couple of reminders. Make sure you get the membership agreement signed. Make sure you get your workouts reserved. And that's kind of the gist of it. So if you have questions, please respond to this email and I will get back to you as soon as I can. We're really excited to work with you during this 8 weeks, and we know that you're going to be able to see some really amazing changes. And so thank you for taking the time to watch this video and get involved in the challenge, and we look forward to seeing you soon.